That's actually a very good accent. Don't freeze. I never freeze. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
See that?
Yeah.
Remember to don't get too close to the microphone. Don't mash up the thing, yeah.
Boom, bam.
Foolishness.
Oh, yeah.
Foolishness. Oh, anyway, do you know what? I've been thinking about this for a while now. You know, how to use this platform.
Yeah.
Like, I know we talk about films, and I guess in a way, I don't even say anything about this film, because if I begin talking about that damn film, then I'll be giving them. Oh my gosh.
Is that?
No, the film we just watched.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's actually seen as a short film as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. 1 2 1 2. Hello. What's up, listeners? Hey, how you doing? We've had a short little break, mainly because some of the tech hasn't been working properly, but it should be working well. Today we're working off one mic. We're trying to share one mic. All I need is one mic.
Yep. One mic.
All I need is one mic.
One mic.
Yo, all I need is one mic, one stage, one.
Oh,
no, sorry. I was getting into my my rapper bag. How you doing, T? You doing, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. And like you say, well, yeah. I'm good. Just tired, as you can tell.
Why tired, Tel? Why tired for?
Don't know. I think I was watching Stranger Things. That great show. But yeah. But I've nearly finished it now.
Well, I guess strange things have happened.
Yeah, let me turn on my phone.
Yeah, same. Alright, so yeah, just let you guys know, audio might be a little bit different today, mainly because we only got one mic to share.
Yeah.
We don't want to miss another week without you, without speaking to you. So we thought, look, the show must go on. So yeah, if the audio is a little bit different, we apologize. Hopefully next week we'll have things repaired for you. Yeah. So yeah, what did you say? You said things are all good, yeah?
Yeah. I think everything's good. Like I say, yeah, we're just watching Stranger Things and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So tell me your first impressions of Stranger Things so far.
Yeah. So it's I think it's a good kind of comeback. I think it's a good comeback for what it is. Like they bringing the whole kind of gang back together.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how they've done it. So in this one, I feel like they've kind of set up a bit different than the other ones.
Okay, in what sense?
In the sense of, I feel like it's much more like separate groups. Where the other ones felt like they were all together. In this one, they're all separated, and they're all converging on a point to get to a certain thing. I didn't want to spoil it, but yeah, so they're all converging on a certain destination.
Yeah.
For this thing, yeah.
Let's not go into too much because I think we still both haven't finished it yet. The one thing I would say, which I felt so far, again, just there's no, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but one thing I did feel so far was like, I don't know if you, part of it's that pour right into me.
Okay.
I've been having this conversation as well, regarding. I feel like, look, now, if you've, as a group of people, if you've got experienced this thing, not just once but twice, this creature coming back,
yeah.
I feel like we should no longer be going through this whole thing of, like, oh, prove to me this is really happening. Or, like in the first episode, when the guy, when the same kid who always gets kidnapped and gets friggin' abused all the time.
Yeah.
He, he feels he can sense something's back, that he can sense things are not right.
Yeah.
Like, you would think in this world, he would go straight to his friends and say, look, I think he's back again. Being that this is the third season, it's the third time, you think he would do that. Same way when, if every group knows something is not right, but they're not coming together. Being that they came together before to solve this issue, they're all kind of like in separate things, and there's still the disbelief of, oh yeah, no, like no, that can't be, those rats are just normal. Oh no, he's like, and it's complaining, oh, this is our job. Let's not jeopardize our job. It's like, you've lived a life much bigger
than that.
Twice. Not even once, but twice you've lived that life. So I'm like, I think the example I gave before was, it reminds me of, like, at least with Terminator and Sarah Connor. Like, once Sarah Connor experienced it the first time, she understood, okay, there's more things out there in this world than I know of. Do you know what? I'm in a madhouse, but I'm gonna get buff. My arms gonna get big. I'm gonna start training. So if they ever come back, I'm taking them down.
That's true.
And that's the mentality I have. She's like, okay, look, now I'm ready. That's it. Whereas these lot, it's like, This happens and they forget. Oh, let's go cinema.
Yeah.
Oh, let's read this magazine. Oh, who's that? Oh.
No, see, for me, it makes sense for the kids to do that.
Why?
But because they're kids. Like kids, you can easily get distracted. Like even though, no, you're right. Even as kids, though, your brain does kind of, once you've seen something, you start to over exaggerate it, and you'll probably more usually kind of keep it up as you know, because it's real. So yeah.
The third time, because if it's the second time, maybe I'll be like, okay. But it's the third time.
Yeah.
Like, and you kind of know that there's this thing keeps coming back. That's the reason for me. I'm like, you think you'd be a bit like, okay. As soon as it happens, I'll be like, Terrence, like, I know we got rid of the thing last time, but I swear my gut feeling says something's wrong. I'll tell you straight away. I won't be sitting down there.
Yeah.
Let me go to work. Yeah, it can't be nothing. Let me not tell Terrence. People are missing. Oh, that doesn't matter. Russians, eh?
Yeah, no, that's true. Even though I guess that's two separate things. So I guess the child, it was that one, the one kid who's had the feeling of it. And for him, he's just like, oh no, I'm not going to say. But he's always quiet. He's always kind of like standoffish and weird. Even the time when the slug comes out his mouth in the first season.
Yeah.
I don't think he tells anyone. Then the second time, he still does. So he never really relates it to people.
Yeah.
So that's like his character. But I think it was kind of stupid for like, I'm not sure how far you've gone, so I don't want to say.
Yeah. Just not go too
far.
Yeah.
So there are certain parts where I'm like, you wouldn't do that, especially for the adults.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it just kind of threw me off.
Okay, so I wasn't planning on. I didn't think we should have to talk about Stranger Things yet until we both finish it.
Yeah.
We can do a good recap. But I thought we've seen a couple of films since we last podcasted. I thought maybe let's start with Far From Home.
Okay, yeah.
Spiderman. We just saw Spiderman. Is it last week? Yeah. So I thought let's talk about Spiderman. And then if you can remember any other films, we can always like just catch up on that and just share those. Yeah. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
Your opinion? What do you think of it?
I actually liked it. I actually liked it. I thought for what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a different. It's even more of a change from
a change. Did you say?
Yeah. So,
coordinate.
So it's even more of a change from the first one.
Yeah.
And I get why people like may not like this one as much, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I like the way it starts out. It's just kind of completely stupid. Just the way it kind of starts. Should we do spoilers on this one?
Look, again, if you guys don't know this, spoilers every time. The whole point of this podcast is to have conversations about these films. So it's spoilers. So whenever you see a new episode, you see title. If you haven't seen the film, I always recommend watch the film first, because then we're gonna have a conversation. That's what it's all about, conversing about it. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, so like I even like the way it kind of starts all dramatic, and from that point you should take that this film's going to be a bit stupid.
Yeah.
So, like the way it starts abruptly and then it moves straight into Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. Yeah. So from that point, it's like it becomes that it's just funny from the beginning. So yeah, I like that whole thing. I like the setup of. No, actually, I didn't like that part. There's a way they kind of set up for him to go to for him to get to Europe. I was kind of like, okay, it makes sense, and then there's another part where I feel like it didn't make so much sense.
Yeah.
Like he was meant to go to Europe for the school trip. Now, what I'm saying, do you take it that the school trip, all of that school trip was set up just to get him there? Or was it just so happens that he was going on a school trip?
Yeah.
And then this thing happens at the same time and they decided to use him?
Interesting, actually. I didn't really think about it before. I thought it was... No, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
I think in my head, I think my mindset was just so focused on I hate American movies that does...
But I hate American movies.
No, but truly, I hate American movies that does the whole Euro trip theme.
Yeah.
Like, it's just boring for me. I'm like, I guess it's because we live in Europe already. So it's just like, hey, let's go see France. Let's go see London.
True. Yeah.
And even the places they show, it's always... They always do such a bad job of like, let's do London. And you can tell them filmed in London. This time they did. No, this time I know they did. I mean, because they gave me the call.
Oh, you idiots.
They're like, hey, Seth, how you doing? Would you like to act in this film? And I was like, what film? And I was like, it's top secret, but it's called Spider-Man. And I was like, hell no. No. Is Spider-Man part of the MCU? And I was like, well, it's Sony. And I was like, no. No. I messed up.
Did they say that?
Yeah. So
No,
yeah. But I was like, I don't know. Like it was. Yeah, I don't kind of miss it. I think it was a bit boring.
Yeah.
In the sense of the whole Europe thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't want to see Tower of London again. Get blown up.
That's true.
Again.
And then they had to go around because they always say London Bridge, but then I think people kept correcting them. It's not London Bridge. That's Tower Bridge. So this time it was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna go London. Well, it's Tower Bridge, but then they kind of corrected that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but which was good and kind of funny as well. But like I was saying, yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like. It felt like it was too much of a coincidence that he happens to be going there, and this thing happens to be happening.
Yeah.
And then they commandeer the thing after the fact.
Yeah.
Of him being in Europe, so I was just like, meh. But other than that, yeah, it was quite a good film. And what I did like, and I'm glad you didn't say it first. Remember, like the post credits.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, why does Nick Fury feel so different? Like the character's being played different.
Okay.
And it's only until the end credits that actually makes sense. Because I was getting annoyed with the character.
Oh, and what's it like? What do you think he was doing differently?
So in this one, he just felt like he was more kind of aggressive and abrupt to everything that kind of Peter was saying.
Okay.
And it was more like, oh yeah, I'm not even going to consider certain things. Like he felt more like a kind of caricature of what he usually does. He is abrupt anyway, but he doesn't feel like so kind of. Oh gosh, I was about to start using other words, but yeah, he doesn't feel so kind of. Oh yeah, just direct. I'm not listening to anything.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess when he said to him, "Bitch, please, you've been to space."
Yeah.
That was such a good line. Such a good line. But no, it wasn't really. But no. I think for me, I liked it. I was surprised. Yeah. I was really surprised. I liked it. I think because they did a better job of, they did a job of connecting it again more to the MCU. So it didn't feel like the typical. Whenever you have most time, a Sony Marvel movie or a Fox Marvel movie, it always just feels so like disconnected from the films. And granted, it is disconnected because it's their version of of that particular universe. But again, it's like I like the fact of you went into it, kind of focusing on life after Thanos and the blip, as they call it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, and I like the fact of they kind of straight away hit one of the questions, which I guess you kind of know at the end of Endgame, where it is if everyone's come back now 5 years later, are they all gonna be the same age? And yeah, I guess it's different with adults. When you see adults come back, they look like adults already.
Yeah.
But obviously, when Peter and all his other kind of classmates come back, you realize that no. Like people they didn't age at all.
Yeah.
And everyone else has kept aging up. So I think that's actually quite smart in how they're gonna change the dynamics in the future, but also a really good opportunity I find for. I remember when Endgame came out, and I think people were talking about one of the theories was Hawkeye would die.
Yeah.
And then he's because they show his daughter in the beginning learn how to do the bow thing.
Yeah.
There's like she might be the new Hawkeye. Or, Ant-Man having his daughter grow up in, and before there was like, with Ant-Man 2, when she's like, Dad, like, I'll protect you, or like, I can be your partner.
Oh, yeah.
So it's almost like, I guess in some ways, this now kind of opens up the space for these actresses.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and actors now, they can almost, in the next, maybe the next generation of Avengers or superheroes, you can say, well, look, actually, our daughters, our sons can also, take part in this now, potentially. And again, it's like because they've shown the passion that they want to be heroes, or they want to be protectors. I think I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the new year, kind of the new rollout.
Yeah, no, I think that would make a lot of sense as well. And I think that would be a good way to kind of move it, especially with like you're saying Ant-Man's daughter, because she's definitely old enough to take over like from what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, that would be pretty sick if they actually added that into it. Yeah, kind of like, even for me, I did like the way, I've heard other people say they didn't really like how, what's his name, Jake Gyllenhaal?
Okay, yeah.
Played, what's his name?
Mysterio.
Yeah, but I think he played it well. That the only part I didn't like again was, like, I like the way he played it, and he was more of a friend to Peter, to Peter. And the way he kind of course, he shapes himself up to kind of look a bit more like Tony. Yeah, or maybe that's just the beard or whatever, but he looks more like, he could be that sort of mentor coming like to help him out. So I did actually like that part. I feel like, again, I'm not too sure. Was his goal to get the glasses? Were the glasses just a second thought once Peter got there? It's like that whole part to me, it feels like there's parts missing in that part of the story. It's like he already had the capabilities of making the machines, like making the projections.
Yeah.
But then he needed the glasses so he could get more machines to make more drones to make more projections. Now, was that just a second thought, or
It kind of, I don't know. Like, so I think for me, I know you've seen the movie twice. So I'm sure you probably will remember more than me.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when he's having his rant about the whole thing with Tony, I'm pretty sure he kind of says, I'm pretty sure some of his rant is like, that the glasses were also, kind of given, his technology was given to Peter.
Yeah.
And it almost felt like as if it was like it felt like it was part of like the plan. Like, okay, we know that this has been given on, our technology has been given on to someone else.
Yeah.
So, we have to tie in our relationship with Spider-Man to get this so we can do something bigger.
Yeah.
That's what I know. That's what I felt. That's how I felt like to me. But I mean, I'm trying to remember in what, at what point does he get the glasses again? Does he get the glasses before? Yeah.
Like, he's already done the big kind of, I'm sure he's already done like the big fight scene. I think he's already got a couple of drones and they're still using it. And there's another part, another part with that drone scene that doesn't make sense. So the guy, he's in a room and they're testing out all the drones and testing out like how they're going to do the whole acting part.
Yeah.
So that must have been after he's got the glasses though.
That was after he got the glasses.
Yeah. So that's of course after he got the glasses. But they still do that point. But then it's kind of strange, unless I've missed something, that the guy, he's asking the guy to do all these changes on the drones.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh yeah, could you, basically the guy's controlling the drones. But then afterwards he's like, oh yeah, none of you want a bullet in the head. And then he somehow controls the drones by saying bullet in the head.
Because that's because he's wearing glasses at that point.
So he puts the glasses on at that point when he says it.
Yeah, at that point he's already got the glasses on.
Oh, okay, so that's where it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the glasses on. I think that's literally just when that's just after he gets the glasses, does the speech, and then that's when they're in the room and they're showing the choreography of him fighting that big lightning monster.
Yeah.
And he's got the glasses on while they're doing it, and then that's when he's like, okay, amp up the bullets so when you're destroying the sides and stuff.
Okay.
So I think that's after he's got it.
Okay, yeah, it was just strange that he's talking to the guy to do it when he had the capability of doing it himself.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of threw me off, because I'm like, he must have the capability of being able to control this and do this, unless it's only the special effects that the guy was controlling.
Yeah.
But then he was like, oh yeah, make the drones not make them more powerful,
but
make their destruction even worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, okay, so why couldn't he just do this by just speaking it and say, oh yeah, rep, But I guess it was for the effect they were looking for, I guess.
Yeah, I think one thing what I thought actually was interesting. So the scene which I guess makes, the strength about what I like about Mysterio, and when Mysterio finally kicked into him, because I guess me as a fan watching the cartoons, like most of us who knew about Mysterio, we all knew that Mysterio was a bad guy.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was funny because it's been so long since I've seen him. I was like watching the film, and the scenes when he's like flying around and shooting and doing these triangles in his hands, and I'm like. In my head, I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm sure this isn't Mysterio. I'm sure Mysterio, he doesn't do this.
Yeah.
And it's only until Mysterio did, when he actually said, look, when he starts doing the, not the hallucination thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kind of like, what's the best word? What's the best word to describe it?
No, it's not illusion.
Yeah, I guess it's illusion.
Yeah.
So I guess when he starts doing his illusion using the computer systems, that's when I was like, yes, now I remember. Mysterio was all about illusion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And how we just change things up. But then it made me remember, then it reminded me that, wait a minute. The part when he's talking to Peter, when he flies over and sits next to Peter.
Yeah.
Technically, he was never flying all along.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So he wasn't flying, was he?
Yeah, so then I guess you have to assume.
So stupid.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so then you're left to assume then when he was talking to Peter, having a heart to heart when he was talking about Nick being hard on him, that must have been an illusion. That must have been either an illusion.
Yeah.
Like it's just even all an illusion.
Or he walked there and sat down and then
exactly
walks off and the whole thing's an illusion.
Exactly.
That's true.
Because I was thinking it's like women. So I mean, he's never been. That means he's never flown. Like he's never been flying. Yeah. That's so. I know it's not a big thing.
Yeah, but no, it's something to think about because I kind of got confused at the point where he was like, oh yeah, they're fixing up the suit for him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, iron the cape and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, so is there a real suit or is this all just fake? So that's the real suit when he says he's going to meet people and shake their hands, but he's not actually going to fly off. Yeah. He's just going to put on that fake suit so he can walk around. So yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And I was speaking to someone else regarding like Mysterio. And actually, is Mysterio actually dead? And I remember him saying to me that he's read, like, he's seen that Mysterio die so many times.
Okay, yeah.
And also, I'm just thinking again, it's like, are we saying that when he's on the video where he kind of like says that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, is that part? Are we to believe then that Mysterio is dead, but is it his team computer generated that conversation then?
Yeah. So because someone else pointed out on this other thing is basically I think at the end the guy's downloading something from the computer and I wasn't too sure what that was. Someone suggested it may be that he was downloading all that information
footage probably
yeah and then puts it outside. Like okay, that makes sense because they didn't actually explain it, so it must be that they mean that was that footage. But like I say, even that part was pretty good. I mean, it's different for Spider-Man to be kind of like outed, but then they can twist that around anyway. Because if you think that like Nick Fury finds out, or if anyone finds out, there could be a way for them to twist it. It probably wouldn't be easy, but there may be a way.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on Spider-Man being Iron Man Jr.?
No. I actually thought I was gonna hate it. Like I heard like people using that as a possible thing that may happen. And then especially when you said about the end credits sort of thing. But I really think that it wasn't so bad. I actually liked how that kind of turned out in the sense of how they kind of brought it back to the beginning, put on the same music that Tony had on and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, maybe I could go for that. So yeah.
See, and don't get me wrong, like I got caught up a little bit in the scene where where he's with Happy in the jet and he's like rebuilding his suit and he's doing all the Tony Stark hand gestures.
Exactly, yeah.
And I get it's like for me it was like at a split second I was like, sometimes we forget that Peter Parker is meant to be a genius as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So and that's one thing him and obviously Spider-Man, him and Iron Man have in common. But again, I think this because it's been such a blur in like the nanotech. So more and more, all the vendors, everyone's starting to use the same technology as Iron Man.
Yeah.
So all the suits are just like appearing around them.
Exactly.
So you kind of get lost in it. But a good point a friend of mine made is like, we forget that Spider-Man is like, back in the day before the whole MCU began again.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is like at the top as one of the main people that people always relate Marvel and Spider-Man to. Yeah. But then Iron Man was never really that.
Yeah.
And in a weird way, like over the years, it's like, it's almost like Spider-Man is, is trying to prove himself to Iron Man when really and truly, like, Spider-Man was the person and almost making him, I don't know, I just felt like almost making Spider-Man more Iron Man-ish.
Okay, yeah.
It's a little bit like, I don't know, I'm a little bit skeptical, especially as well. There's still a whole team full of more experienced Avengers.
Then a kid who's, what is he 16?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, 15, 16. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Like that doesn't make sense to have him because he's not even an adult. In there, he's not even an adult. Like to be the head of the Avengers doesn't make any sense. He hasn't got enough experience. He's done one or two things and he went off world once.
Yeah, and it's clear. Like if you watch it, I've speaking to you before about watching Homecoming again. Mm-hmm. All Homecoming is about what frustrated me about Homecoming is like all it is Spider-Man messing up again and again and again.
Yeah.
He doesn't really succeed properly in the whole movie. If you watch it again, he's always just like he's either correcting issues that he's put in motion.
Yeah.
But he's always just doubting himself and is like, I can't do it for the whole movie and messing up. And then, and then kind of, in one thing he does, it's just right, which is okay, cool. But then again, in this, it's like, it's just like, you're just making the same mistakes all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So to be like, okay, well, it's almost like he's like the new leader.
Okay, yeah.
Of the Avengers. I'm like, no. Like, you don't have the experience. Mm-hmm. Like, it's good that you can, it's like, I don't even feel like you're even fully, for me personally, at this point, I don't even feel like he's like fully an Avenger.
Yeah, he's to me, he's not like, because he hasn't been in any. He's been in the Avenger films, but he just hasn't. He doesn't feel like he's fully fledged.
Yeah.
So no, I get what you're saying.
Didn't he kind of only Avenger up in Endgame?
Yeah.
And then he still got turned to dust anyway. So
that's true. Yeah. But I think as his character, I think in Homecoming, I guess he was kind of correct where he kept trying to tell Happy and that there's something going on. They were the ones who weren't listening. That he's saying this is important, even though I guess not Spider-Man, Iron Man was like, oh yeah, they was already kind of on top of it, dealing with it. So yeah, he was kind of just getting in the way. He may have been right, but he was also doing a lot wrong at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
it's not right. But it's okay.
It's not okay. It's not. Like with him, it was like For me, they could have done his character a bit better.
Yeah.
But for him to be the head of it doesn't make sense yet.
No, not at all.
Unless they did another jump and he was like, oh yeah, a few more years later he becomes the head.
The head.
But then who else could take over? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, clearly, it's a new world turns. So clearly, Captain Marvel. She's a new leader. She has a new haircut.
She even got less development than him.
Oh, she
like literally no development.
Yeah,
she got a film, but it wasn't enough development even within her own film to make you feel like, oh yeah, she's gonna be the captain, of this whole thing. And I don't know. She just they didn't give her enough in Endgame to make you feel like, oh yeah, now we've definitely connected to her character.
Yeah.
That's why I just like, she's not even an option at this moment unless they give her a second film and they kind of really delve into who she is and show that she can do it.
Yeah,
it's like she just feels separate from what they're doing at least now on Earth.
I think it was you who told me that Endgame was filmed first, and then Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's like you can once I heard that, it's like you can feel it because you can feel how they kind of set this expectation that she was going to be the future, the next phase, is me, her, and then it's like if you actually watch Endgame, it's just quite rubbish. She didn't do much in Endgame, and then you can give us her movie to try and prop her up, but realistically you should have done a good build up with her movie first, and then afterwards, in Endgame, continue what she's doing because again in Endgame you gave her a haircut. She didn't give her much to do. She disappeared in the beginning. She said, hey guys, I'm off forward for a little bit. Like, what? I thought you was the future. And then you come at the end of the film to fly through something. Yeah. You still get punched by Thanos with one of the rings and you're gone. I'm like...
No, it's true, they didn't give her enough, especially in that. They didn't give her enough in her own film. Like, for me, she's just flat in her own film.
Yeah.
There's... Like some, like what I felt. So what I felt when I was watching Captain Marvel, is that when she reaches Earth, she's like, oh yeah, it feels like she already knows Earth, and I guess that makes sense because she is from Earth, but she's meant to be like had her memory wiped.
Yeah. So
she should kind of be like, okay, this is a new planet. What do I need to do? But she lands on this planet and she's like, oh yeah, I already know what to do. This is just I already get everything about this place. And maybe it would have made sense if they'd already kind of shown you like, oh yeah, she still has memories, or she was having like dreams of having memories fully. But I just feel like wherever you would land, even if you was a warrior, you'd be more cautious of what you're doing. Like you'll be like, all right, I'm on a new planet. I don't quite know these people. What should I do next? But in that, she just kind of goes along with it. Like, oh yeah, this is just any planet. I can land anywhere and just know everything. And I thought, that was a bit off. It didn't give her enough to. It didn't give her enough to work with to make you feel connected to the character. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, I just realized something which I remember I forgot. So in Endgame, what were they doing again? They were trying to get the gauntlet to the van to do what?
I thought it was to get the gauntlet to the van. I think so. She was meant to fly into it so she can put the stones back.
Yeah, but no, forget about her in particular. The plan was to get the gauntlet to Pym's van so they could do what? Bring the stones back.
I think so. I think that was it. I think it was as simple as they needed to return the stones so that he couldn't get a hold of them. So if they get to the van, then they separate the stones. I think they couldn't fix it. But then they would have still had the problem of him being on Earth. But I think they were just trying to get it away from him.
So technically, now that I'm thinking that she's so strong.
Yeah.
Couldn't she or couldn't one of them put a glove on, click to get rid of Thanos?
Yep.
Someone who's clearly stronger than Tony Stark, because Tony Stark's a human being. Mm-hmm. Like, couldn't someone else just pull it on?
Yeah, she could have. She probably could have done it. Which doesn't make any sense. Yeah, she could have.
Unless they're going to say, oh, maybe the glove is too big for her hand. But
no, the glove shapes too.
Yeah, exactly.
But actually, no, not that glove. Because wasn't that the original glove? Yeah, Tony had to make his own special glove. Because I think Thanos takes the stones out, puts it in his own original glove.
Does he?
I think, yeah, so I think they're in the original gauntlet. Sorry, not glove. But
okay.
Yeah, so I think they're in the original gauntlet at that point. So they're trying to get the gauntlet to the van, so she couldn't have done it.
Okay, so let's get straight. So, sorry guys, we're recapping with you together. And you're probably screaming like, I remember.
Yeah, everyone's vexed.
Exactly.
You idiots. You don't understand.
Right. Hulk puts glove on, clicks his finger.
Yeah.
Okay, then at what point do they take the stones from...
that glove. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Oh gosh, this is terrible. We should remember.
Oh, this is we've
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's in that gauntlet, then yeah, she should have been able to put that on easy.
Yeah. And
it should fit. I know that Tony later on uses his own gauntlet or his own thing to do it. But if it's in that gauntlet.
We just research. But anyway, back to Spiderman.
Spiderman.
Hey, Mr. Spiderman. What was your high points? What was your low points?
So high points. I actually liked kind of like the relationship he's kind of had with his friend.
Yeah.
I like the comedy. The comedy was for me. I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Even with like the friend, just all of a sudden dating the other friend.
Yeah.
When they meet on the plane and stuff like that. I thought, okay, these are like funny little bits they put in.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the whole parts where like him trying to get with MJ.
Yeah.
And all that. So, and the part with what's his name? I like the twist that they done, and even some of the throwbacks to like the old Iron Man where you see what's his name? Mysterio standing in the background.
Yeah.
And the other guy, I didn't know he's the original guy from the first one.
Is he?
Yeah, the one he's getting shot at. I thought it was someone else, but then after I was looking into it, I'm sure someone says that he is actually the original guy. So I was like, okay, I was wrong. Maybe he just looks different, but yeah. So that part I did like as well.
And low points? Or did you say low points already?
Low points I've kind of said, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, did you?
No. So yeah, the low points were just I guess. Yeah, some of those in between bits where I feel like it felt like a lot more coincidence why things were happening.
Yeah.
Than feeling like, oh yeah, this is set up. So like them feeling that it was set up for them to get to a certain point.
Yeah.
But maybe I missed it. I know I've watched it twice. Maybe I need to watch it a third time to fully understand it. But yeah.
Yeah. So just looking back, I think the gauntlet is actually the Iron Man gauntlet.
Okay, so it is.
So technically she could have put it on.
Yeah.
Because if you look,
you're right. Yeah.
Exactly. So again, being that she's so yeah. Doesn't he's so rather than a stupid human being put it on like he did, she could have put it on. Being that obviously a lot of her power that's come from one of the stones, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So that makes sense. Why are we running around trying to get it all the way to like them down there?
She should have just put that on and just clicked them.
Put it on, click your finger, there you go. Then after just like you're gonna put the stones away somewhere else.
Yeah. Because I guess maybe they say, oh, she should still be strong enough because she's meant to be more like just as powerful or more powerful than Thanos. So she could have done it. Period. Like unless there's something else they want to say.
Did you say period because she's a woman?
Oh, yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. I was just waiting for it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, well, worse than say ovaries,
menstruation. So you do it, but yeah. No, but I mean, like, literally, she could have done it. Like, but I think they made so many mistakes in that film, so I didn't want to go back and try and check. I'm not going to change my first review points.
8 out of 10.
I gave it 8.
8 out of 10.
I gave it
Endgame.
I'll stick to the 8 because I gave it. But other than that, I've realised there are a lot more problems in the film. The more you delve into it, and the more, like, when we was just watching their explanation of Captain America and all the time travel, I was like, nah, they're just making it up. Nah, they're just talking rubbish. Yeah. So I gave the film an 8. I gave the writers and producers a 5.
Oh, shut up! I'm trying to bring it back.
But other than that, I did give the film an 8, so I'll stick to that. But but I think a lot of it, there were a lot of mistakes that they threw in there. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, for me, my high points and low points, I'd have to say, high points was I actually did like the relationship, how with Jake Gyllenhaal and
Peter Bucker.
Yeah, like it was quite good. I think you felt that it felt quite genuine.
Okay, yeah.
And I think it really worked well on kind of like how they did that. Maybe I think maybe the main high points for me though was probably the scene where Mysterio starts doing his thing.
Okay.
When he just kind of brings Peter into that world of illusion. And, you know, like, again, having a conversation with someone else, I prefer that world of illusion compared to Doctor Strange.
Okay, yeah.
I found Doctor Strange's whole kaleidoscope version was just too much.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas at least with this one, it kind of, you could feel like a proper mind, like, mess up, pulling you here, pulling you there. You know, him seeing so much going on at once. So I like that scene. And I did. It's like, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole Spider-Man taking over for Captain America. But I thought it was nice to see, like, you know, it was nice when Happy kind of looks at it. What did I say first?
Captain America,
sorry. It was like, it was nice seeing when Happy turns to see Peter doing exactly what Tony did. Yeah. With the hand thing and checking out the suit. I thought that was good. I like that. I mean, it was like another, like, moment.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, and I think for a long time I went from feeling like I didn't really feel the big connection between Peter and Tony.
Okay, yeah.
Like a lot of times they felt forced to me in the other movies. But slowly I'm coming around to being like, okay, I get it, you know. They are a bit closer. I don't think there's been enough proper close scenes with them two.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. And I think my low scenes were probably low scenes. I had one right there as well. Low scenes is the whole Euro vacation. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
It never looks good to me. Do you mean? And I know some people are like, oh my gosh, I know that look. I know that bridge. I'm just bored of it. I'm bored of seeing so many films do the same landmarks again and again and again. I had a main thing which I didn't like. I don't know, but if it comes back, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But overall, I actually liked it. I was surprised I liked it. And I'm not saying it's the best film out there, but I mean, for a Sony version, a Sony Marvel movie, it did good. It felt like it tied into the other movies, so you felt like, oh, okay, I got enough out of it, like more than I thought would compared to most of those other movies.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm wondering if they're like pushing for Spider-Man to be, you know, the main thing in order to keep him or something. Like, cause they know they'll make a lot more money if he has like more kind of spin-off movies and becomes like the head kind of face of it. So I guess Sony would benefit from that as well. But you never know. I'm just for that now. But but I think it was definitely kind of good. I want to know more about what they're doing for that next. You know, where they got what's his name, Fury, on the big kind of wherever that was, a space station or a hangar or wherever that was. Like, I wonder what's going to be built up for the next, you know, big event or big problem.
Yeah, and again, that's good. That's another good thing, which, you know, we got a Sony movie which is showing us, you know, an insight into the next MCU movie.
Yeah.
Which is what we want. We want to see more of, you know, the actual bigger story going on, rather than always these like one-off standalone movies. Because I just find the standalone movies boring. Tying to bigger main arc. It always gets me anyway every time. So, would you recommend watching this film in cinema, illegally, or DVD?
Illegally.
Oh, no.
Sitting in the van on my just down north. But yeah, no. I think you should watch it in cinema, really. Like, I mean, because you got the special effects and everything. I'm not a big fan of all of the special effects they use in there, but at least you got those. And like, I think it'll be it's nice to see in cinema. What's that?
I just remember what I didn't like.
Okay, yeah, go.
Sorry. I remember what I didn't like. Aha! What's that word again they say in those films?
What? Not Excelsior.
No.
What's his name?
It's like one of those words, like Geronimo or something rubbish like that.
No, Eureka or something.
Eureka.
Yeah.
Did you say Eureka or urethra?
Idiots. Yeah, you're going to pull me down.
No.
Oh, that even sound worse. But anyway, go.
That was it. Too much. I felt like there's a little bit too much Tony in this movie.
Okay, yeah.
That's the thing I felt like a little bit. So I felt like it was everywhere he went, there was like a Tony reference. A Tony Muriel hair, picture hair, a speech hair, talking about Tony. Oh, you put the glasses on, you look like Tony. It felt like a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they didn't need to do that. It was good showing, cut that in half, so we know that we're living in a world without Tony.
Yeah.
And we know that, you're upset he's gone. But I think making a whole movie, it's like, I feel like even in Iron Man, I don't see that much Tony.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So being Spider-Man, like, featuring Tony Stark, that's what it felt like all the way through the film.
Yeah.
So I feel like you could have reduced some of that. Because, yeah, the first time it was like, okay, I can see him getting emotional. You're trying to think about it too much. And then all of a sudden you turn left and there's a big, mural of him there. But then everywhere you go, there's pictures of Tony Stark and people talk about Tony Stark and reference Tony Stark. So that was the only thing which I didn't like. I think you didn't need so much. The story was good enough. That's another scene I really liked. The end scene when he does the Fiend Tingle, the Peter Tingle.
Okay, yeah.
For a second,
was actually really good. Yeah.
Like after he kind of the way he just like navigated through all of those drones, and just his face when Mysterio is like saying his speech, and all of a sudden, bang, and like he just grabs the gun, and he's like, "You can't trick me no more." Like that was good. I don't know. I felt sick. Like his face, like his face was just the perfect picture of like. I'm done. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah, that got me. I was like, okay. I really felt I really felt his emotion in that scene.
That's true. And I think even for me, that you can feel that emotion when he's acting in the first one, in Homecoming. That you can tell he's a good actor. You really get like emote with his face. So yeah, but like I really did like that part because I didn't expect to see it. Yeah, and I actually blinked at that part, which was annoying because I was like, "What the flip?" Like literally turn around, I was like, I missed it. So I was annoyed. So the second time I watched it, I was like, just literally just staring at the screen, just like making sure I didn't miss it.
As gone bright red,
exactly.
Tears. Come on, Craig. But
yeah, because even when we first watched it, I was like, I wonder what's gonna happen next.
Yeah,
because you know something's gonna happen because it's a bit weird, but I didn't expect that. So when that happens, I thought, oh, cool.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good for me. I was like, okay, that was just yeah.
And like you're saying, the whole part where he's running towards the drones and just destroying all the drones is really good. And when I watched it again, you can see that they actually took time for him to do a move on each of them. Yeah. So there's something new to see each time. So it's good.
But I'm same as you. I definitely would recommend watching this. Yeah, I'm watching this in cinema. It's one of those movies where I don't think if you pay a bit more money to see it, I don't think you can be upset. Like there's some movies I feel like you have to watch in the cinema for the big screen, but I would be like, look, go to somewhere like go to like an Odeon cinema, where you can watch it for like £5 or $6.50.
Okay, yeah.
But I think this one is like, it's actually worth the ticket for me. I feel like it's worth the ticket.
Yeah.
This time.
Sorry, I was laughing because I was just thinking of the whole part which you said when he was in the warehouse.
Yeah.
And he's got all the illusion. It just reminded me of like it would have been a good scene for Aladdin with Evil Jafar.
Yeah.
It would have been like a really good scene if they had put it. You could imagine them just putting him in that situation. Would have been great. But anyway, other than that, it was like a really good scene as well. That they kind of added to it.
No, yeah. Well, good. I think it's good enough to run up our episode on that. Before we leave, any recommendations? I've already given you some recommendations what to watch already.
Yeah.
Chernobyl.
Yeah, and I need to get back at it.
I'm telling everyone, watch this, okay? Chernobyl is a HBO miniseries, 5 episodes, based on Chernobyl. If you don't know what Chernobyl is, just watch it. Just watch the show. I have to say, we love them both.
Chernobyl is Chernobyl. But yeah, no, but it's a good one.
I've got so much respect for the writers of it as well. So let you know as well, the writer actually has a podcast that goes with Chernobyl. So for every episode, for each of the 5 episodes, what you can do is you can listen to the podcast of each one where you'd hear a writer tell you that a lot of stuff he's putting in scripts are real. And I think that's what makes it even more scary. It's like, we know that obviously Chernobyl happened, but knowing the backstory of actually what happened and some of the conversations in the room, in the reactor room, and just how, you know, people just didn't want to believe what was going on. People, you know, put their head in the sand. People living, you know, in Chernobyl, whilst all the radiation is going. It's like seeing it day to day. Like, it's one thing and saying, oh, it happened back then. But imagine that happening, like, imagine something like that happening where you live right now. And, you know, you'd think that everyone would be scared, everyone would be running for their lives, you know, because of radiation. And just realize that, nah. It's like, no. Like, the government is all about, no, everyone just go to work as normal.
Yeah.
Kids go to school. And it's just like, it's crazy. So, I mean, the writing is done amazingly. Please don't get distracted by the accents, because I need to give you a heads up. I'm telling everyone this now. Yeah. It's spoken all in English.
Perfect English.
Perfect English. And it's like, even like, not even like Queen's English, perfect like East London East London accent sometimes.
Oh no.
Which can distract you in the beginning. But then afterwards, if you just kind of focus on the story is amazing. So yeah, that's my recommendation, Chernobyl. What about you, T? Would you recommend?
Going back to just Stranger Things, I rewatched the whole thing of Breaking Bad, so yeah, that's what I took up my time watching that. So yeah, but I think definitely Stranger Things at the moment is good. I've been pretty disappointed with a lot of stuff, so I haven't got too much to recommend at the moment. But if anything, next time, I'll recommend some more stuff.
Alright, cool. Anyway, if we're giving you guys enough, you had enough of our voices. If you have any questions, obviously I know you might be frustrated because some stuff we couldn't remember in Endgame. You know, it's life. It's a podcast. We try our best. Sometimes we forget. I love having conversations with people regarding bits that we missed as well. Other fan theories. So feel free to message us on social media. Yeah. You know, if you see me about, you want to have a conversation, let me know. I'm always looking for recommendations, feedback. A lot of people have insight into TV shows which I didn't think about, so let me know as well. I'm always up for that conversation. If you want to catch me on social media, you can find me at Seth Gabriel on Twitter and also on Instagram.
And Terrence Malcolm on Facebook and all that good stuff. And T for short on Twitter.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
It is. So T for short on Twitter. And you can message me and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you can slide into DM, but
slide into the DM.
Slide my DMs. Hey, child, I got a phone recommendation for you. We're going to come around and watch us together in the hot tub.
Getting in that deep black.
But anyway, thanks for listening. And we'll be back soon with a new movie. So, peace out. Peace. So, do you think they recognise that we're not actually Seven Turns, but we're actually on the scroll?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't even know.
No, nice green skin.
No, but they can't see the skin. That's the good thing.
Exactly.
They can't see us.
But at least we sound like them.
Exactly.